often the things that we want are fascistic. I mean, we like fascistic economics. We like the idea of corporations and businesses, corporations and government working together to help the little guy. We want to, you know, we're willing to take any, you know, corporate subsidy.
There's nothing on, man. TV sucks.
And that creates a you know, radically transformed, revolutionized American politics.
Hey man, come on. Dude, excuse me. Dude. Dude, what are you? Oh.
My name is Nikolai Klein, and I steal sometimes. The first time I actually stole was when I was about 2 or 3. I really wanted a Starburst, and so I just took it. And we were going through after we left, we were going to the drive-thru at Arby's, and I asked my mom if she wanted a Starburst, and she asked me, she was like, where did you get that? And I was like, oh, I took it. I mean, when I was little, I would always like find little trinkets, and they'd find their ways into my pockets and things, but nothing very big ever when I was younger. Generally, these days I steal food, like, I mean, again, like candy bars, even though I usually don't eat candy bars, I'll give them to other people. Drinks, you know, water bottles. Every once in a while I'll steal a book. Mostly things like that, mostly food, really.
He's taken lately to buying beauty products that I know he would never buy on his own, or even really ever use.
I would only steal things that I wanted to immediately or fairly immediately use.
I've sort of frowned at him stealing a few times, but I only sort of jokingly say anything about it.
It's not a big deal as long as I'm not stealing from them or hurting other people.
It's kind of trashy, I guess, but I don't really think about it that much.
Shoplifting is very serious. It's basically taking away money from the store, taking away things from the consumer, which in general we would have to pick up the slack, and we lose, you know, certain companies or certain institutions lose certain money from certain items that shoplifters may have taken.
What I've read about shoplifting, especially from semi to large corporations, they have pretty large funds set aside just for shoplifting. So when people shoplift, it's just taken out of that money. And as far as I'm aware, and if I find out something different, it would make me think differently about stealing. But the money that is taken away from these corporations does not affect consumers, prices, or employees. It affects advertising, and it takes away from these funds that they put aside. I would feel bad if I were stealing from a person, or if I knew that it was affecting someone I know, but if it's affecting someone who is miles away from me, and especially if that entity is a corporation, then no, I would never feel guilty about that. I would certainly never think of myself as some sort of Robin Hood, or as though I'm doling out some, you know, homegrown justice. But I think it's justified. Like, I don't think there's, I mean, prices being what they are, and most things not being worth what they're priced, like, I think it's justified.
I'd be surprised if and shocked if he took anything over $50 and anything from a place that wasn't a huge store. If it was just some little like mom and pop shop I don't think he would do it.
I will steal from places where I think the prices are ridiculous. Like if I know, if it's a small place but it's absolutely ridiculous where I wouldn't want to pay for it and I just want it, like, I will take it. I've been asked to steal alcohol, certainly.
I've asked him to steal me wine before. Probably other things. He doesn't usually steal wine when I ask him to.
The things that I wouldn't steal are things that, for whatever reason, I would get in a considerable amount more of trouble. Things like alcohol, because I mean, if someone found out I was stealing alcohol, that is a criminal thing. Like I would get in a lot more trouble for that. I don't foresee myself stopping anytime soon, but I also don't see myself as a 40-year-old man with a kid stealing. So it's hard to say, but probably I will.
I think that there will be a day sometime after his 26th birthday when he is about to steal a belt or a pair of sunglasses and realizes that he has enough money to just do it on his own.
If I were going to be providing some sort of advice for fellow shoplifters, I would make sure whenever you go into a store, always know where the cameras are and know where people who work there know where they are.
You've been amplified, motherfucker.